Beyond the ideas of right doing and wrong doing, there is a field, and I'll meet you there. We've been told two lies in our lives. The first lie: get a safe job, retire, and enjoy life. And the second one: why India? Settle down abroad. I want to talk to you about exactly this day last year, September 24th, 2021. The day my life changed forever. I receive a phone call. It's from my dad. Dad has just been admitted to the hospital. And he says, and it's the peak of the second COVID. So I'm not allowed inside the hospital. I stand just outside the hospital. My mum had given him a phone. And so he called me from within the hospital. And the first thing that he said to me was, Ladaya, Ladaya is my name, by the way. Laddu is my pet name. Ladaya, I've lost you. This was the exact words that he said. And I immediately got hyper. And I told, no, 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 of course you'll come back stronger, more fiercer. Nothing will ever happen to you. You'll come back within 4 to 5 days. This was September 24th, exactly last year. The second lie that we have been told to ourselves is, why India? Why not settle down abroad? And the reasons are many. But before I get into that, I want to tell you a small story about a guy 5 years ago. He was a 5-year-old at that point of time, and his name was Rakin. He was one of my best friends in Bangalore when I was staying in a PG. I used to have a lot of these little guys as friends. And Rakin was one of my best friends. And once I had taken him out on an auto. And while driving, we were sitting in the back seat. We were discussing a lot of things. And he was just looking outside the auto. And he noticed a guy on the road spitting. Okay. I don't know what transpired at that point of time to that young 5-year-old mind. He immediately started crying. He looked at me. I asked him, why are you crying? What happened? Are you okay? Amidst his tears, he just told me, Vishnu, why is India so filthy, so dirty? That day, I had no answer to that question that he asked me. We all remember this. I looked at what we can do. Why is this situation like this? And I understood some startling complications in the entire realm of waste management across not just India, but across the world. Today, we are talking about virtual reality, artificial intelligence, AR, VR, AI, machine learning, NFTs, Web3, all of these complicated topics. But in spite of all these technological advancements, 91%, read that again, 91% of the world's plastic is still dumped in landfills or ocean bodies or just burnt. Today, while coming from our hotel to TEDx auditorium, I saw people who were just burning trash on the ground, in the middle of the road. Yesterday's trash, they collected all of that and they burnt it. You might have seen it as well. You might have heard news of landfills just burning In Delhi, you might have watched the news. There are more and more landfills that's filled with methane gas, and therefore it just burns. And this is in spite of all the technological advancements. We are trying to send people to Mars, but we can't take out garbage from India. So much so that this is the reality of the situation. India is being termed as the garbage country of the world, not just one time, but multiple times, over and over and over again. Even Donald Trump had mentioned that India is one of the dirtiest that he has ever seen. When Donald Trump mentions it, it becomes a big national issue. And we all say, no, 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 I am an Indian. How can you say that India is dirty? How can you say that India is filthy? But we know the reality of the situation. India is dirty, filthy, and amongst the world's dirtiest places. This is the reality of the situation. I was talking about this to a scavenger, a rack picker, a kabaddi wala in our senses. They were sweeping the roads over and over again. If you look at after midnight, if you go on the streets or early in the morning at 4 o'clock, if you go out to the streets, you will see all of these rack pickers, street sweepers, and you actually go and speak to them. You will identify so many issues. In spite of every single day, we eat our bubble gum and throw the wrapper on the road just nonchalantly. These guys over and over again come every single day to clean up the mess that we have created. Educated people like us that we have created. And they keep telling, I ask them, why do you do this? And they say, if I can't do it, who will do it for our future generation? So my question is, why don't we do it? And the reason is, I did a survey of 2,000 people on LinkedIn, and I identified that the major cause that we are not doing it was lack of proper dustbins and laziness. I can't wait 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers to find the next dustbin to throw my waste. Therefore, I'll throw it on the road. This is the same crowd that goes to the US, UK, Canada, Australia, Japan, China, comes back and says, those roads are so clean, so neat. The government is doing a great job. But none of us would have dared to spit on the road in China or US or UK. But here in India, yes, we will do it. There, we have to clean up a dog's poop. If you are a dog owner in United States, we have to clean up the dog's poop after its peed. But here in India, no, 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 it's not my job. It is the government's job. And I will blame the government for not doing their work. So I was speaking to this sweeper, and she said, at that point, I was a narcissist. So I used to tell that, government, it's the government's role. They're not doing their work properly. And she asked me one question. All that is fine. What are you doing about it? We are blaming the government, we are blaming the municipality, we blame the street sweepers, the rack pickers, everybody who's on the street, the kabaddi walas, we blame all the uneducated people, educated people, all of them we blame everyone but ourselves. What are we doing about it? That was the question that was nagging me over and over again. Our thought process is very simple. Our thought process is my car, my house, my children, my family, my home. And I say, I want to keep my home clean, so I will put garbage in my dustbin inside my home. And then, when I don't have a way to dispose the garbage, I will take the dustbin and I will dump the garbage on the road because it is not my home. If we change our thinking from my car, my house, my family to my street, my city, my country, my India, we will change. We will surely be able to make India a clean, green place, one that we are actually proud of. So, this is what I did instead of blaming the government. I took the latest technological advancement, NFTs, non fungible tokens. It's actually like a digital asset. So I use the latest technological advancement where citizens, normal citizens like you and me, can participate actively in the waste management movement across India. And citizens started participating really well. Citizens like you started purchasing these digital assets that we call dustbins, meta bins. And for each and every meta bin that they purchase, which is the NFT, we deployed a dustbin in the real world, in a lake, in a city across India. And this is what we did. So, my intention is 75 of these dustbins were deployed in Coimbatore, and 500 has already been commissioned by the Smart City Commissioner of Coimbatore to be deployed in Coimbatore. My mission is very simple: to place 1 million of these dustbins across India and to ensure that we are cleaning this country as we speak each and every day. But my job doesn't stop with these 1 million dustbins. I initiated over 1 lakh of citizens to participate actively in coastal cleanups from across the country. For World Oceans Day, we had 75 cities participating, 75 places across India, and we had coastal cleanup. These are some photos. These are from all the cities across India. So I stopped actually blaming the government and instead started taking action. And that has ensured that when I started Cercle X, I started with 10 tons of waste collected a month. And now we are at 10,000 tons of waste that we collect from across India every single month. And this is just the beginning of the journey. And the journey was made simple by me questioning myself: what are you doing about it, instead of blaming the government? So, to answer the second lie, India doesn't need you to settle down abroad. We need more of us, not talking about Indian origin CEOs becoming part of Google and so on, but talking about Indian CEOs who are staying put in India and not contributing to the brain drain. Actually, going forward, that should be the way we should celebrate Indians who are staying in India and actually doing something for the world. So, India needs you. You need to step up to the plate. And the second thing, in the beginning, I said September 24th, 2021. I said my dad actually called me and said, "I've lost you, son." The answer to that second lie is that you need to get a safe job, a government job, retire and enjoy life. No, time and tide doesn't wait for anyone. If we are going to wait till we retire to enjoy our life, we are grossly mistaken. This is the last message I sent my dad. Be strong. You have to see us all achieve more and be a grandfather to my kid. September 28th, 2021. He didn't see this message until I got his phone back from the hospital on October 10th when he died. And I saw this message. He didn't notice this message. He died without seeing this message. And he had just retired. He had just retired. So think about this to all the people who are saying that you have time, you can wait to retire and then enjoy life. My question to you, my answer to you, time and tide doesn't wait for anyone. You have to do whatever it takes to make to make the country proud of yourself, and do it not for you, but for each and every one of your family. Today, I've raised a lot of funding. I've moved from a 2-person office to a 42-seater office just in Coimbatore. I have offices across Chennai, Mumbai, Kolkata. But my dad isn't around to see it. And one day it may happen to any one of you. And before that day, you do the things that you promised your parents, because your parents deserve it and the country deserves it. Don't believe both the lies. A clean India, that's my dream, and I will stop at nothing to achieve it. What is your dream? Think about it. Thank you so much for the opportunity, guys.